All right, so yesterday or earlier today, maybe you worked on just adding the background color to your style sheet. Also, notice up here at the top, you have tabs. You don't have to keep this side panel open if you prefer to do it this way. I keep the side panel open just in case I accidentally hit that X and close one of them. But today, we're going to start styling text. So now that our CSS is connected to our HTML document, we can use selectors like H1, H2, and P to style different types of text. So we're going to go down below line 5 or 6, and we're going to style our H1 text. So the way that we do that is we type H1, and then we open and close curly brackets, and we're going to change that color to navy and run that. And you can see now that Grandma Probst is in navy. Now might be a good time to pause the video and try that yourself. Then we're going to come back in here and we're going to add the paragraph selector. So P, open and close curly brackets. And we're going to change the font size on those to 16 pixels or PX. Okay. Now, something that you need to notice is P is the selector, font size is the attribute, and or the property, excuse me, font size is the property, P is the selector, so it's going to do this to all of the paragraphs in your web page. This is font dash size, and then a colon, and then the size of the font followed by a PX, which stands for pixels, and then a semicolon. And all of that goes inside of curly brackets for your selector. So let's run that and see what it does to our font. Doesn't look like it changed it much, does it? I'm going to try, maybe it needs a space there. Let's try a bigger font and see. Okay, so the default font size in JuiceMine is 16. That's why we didn't notice much of a change. But if we change that to a bigger font size, you can see a much bigger font shows up for anything that has the paragraph tag in your HTML document. And there is no space between the 24 or the 16 and the PX. So I'm going to change that back to 16. I just wanted y'all to see the difference in the font and how it applied it to the tag. Notice that we're never going inside this document, inside the index.html, which is the home page of your website. We're never going into that document to create style. We're doing all of that in our style sheet. We always want to include a backup font just in case the browser that the person is viewing your website on doesn't read that particular font, and you always want to do it in a typical font. So up here in the body, we're going to go and we're going to change, or we're going to make our font family Arial sans serif, and then the semicolon. So Arial is a standard font. Again, that's font dash family with a colon. Arial is capitalized, and then a comma, sans serif with a dash in between it, and then the semicolon at the end. Now, if we run that again, you can see that it did change our font a little bit and made it a little bit more readable. We'll change colors and font size so you can see how small CSS makes small CSS make a big difference. So let's change our paragraph color to white. And let's see if that does anything. All right. Now, how easy was that? Imagine if you had, 5 or 6 different pages where you're linking to different pages on the same website, and you wanted all of the paragraphs to be white. You made that one change on that one line in your style sheet, and it changes it everywhere in your website. So your goal today is to style at least one heading. If you wanted to do your H2 headings, you do that the same way that you did H1, and you can change those font sizes. You can change the color. You can change the background color of your headings. Let's see what that might look like. And now the H2 headings have a background color of white. You can change that to whatever you want. Okay, so it's up to you. Style at least one of your headings, style your paragraphs, but keep your text readable. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. You don't want to put all the bells and whistles in one place because it makes it distracting and less readable. So again, style at least one heading, style your paragraphs, and keep your text readable. And I don't want to see it looking exactly like mine. Get creative. Do something just for you. Have fun.